Hello everybody, it's Tewty. Welcome back to Tewty Toons, where just before this, I was clenching so hard trying to meet a deadline that when I finally did meet it, I practically shat myself. College days, am I right? Today, we are looking over Batman, World's Greatest Detective. This is his legendary outfit. I did not skin change him just because his legendary and his original, I didn't really feel were that different from each other. They're very simplistic forms. He just looks like Buff Daddy, which is okay, you know? My World's Greatest Detective is not fully G11. I did have two pieces here that I haven't geared him out yet. This grappling gun, I probably should, just because it gives him all that extra defense, which is super useful. But for what we're going to do with him today, we may or may not really need that defense so much. So, let's look at his stats first. I keep forgetting to show stats on my characters. I know that he's not fully G11, but these are his G 10.6 something stats. And the speed should be accurate because I don't believe that the other two items give him any more speed. I think only crit value and defense really went up, and some percentage units for ability damage and all that. Okay, I put in my notes that I needed to show stats. I was like, show stats, you stupid mofo. I put that in my notes for you guys, so you're welcome. All right. Batarang throw. We're looking through his abilities. This is his basic. It actually does deal pretty decent damage. Mine's buffed all the way out, so that way I had that guaranteed purge of 2 buffs. And then with the legendary, you get 2 to 3 more buffs. So you're purging 4 to 5 buffs guaranteed every time. Even if you miss, by the way. Just so you know. Detective work. This is his most unique ability. This is the ability that only one other character kind of has, and it's not this. He's the only one that has it in an active ability. So apply 2 affinity power-ups and True Sight to all allies. I think there's only one other person, and that is Mr. Freeze, that can give True Sight to everybody. And his is only a chance. This is guaranteed. And turn meter up, a chance to give everybody turn meter up, so that's cool. The legendary point is the unique thing I was talking about. The lowers the cooldown of all moves by 1 for all allies, which is tremendous. That's the coolest thing ever right there. It can basically mean, like, if you have a character like Silver Banshee or Talia who have their second ability on a 1-turn cooldown, you can activate that and they can just do it again right away. And that's like one of their more important abilities. So that's super useful. It can also help your tanks like Shazam and Donna Troy get their taunt up before it actually falls off them. So you don't have to wait that turn of your team being vulnerable. Actually, I don't think Donna Troy has a vulnerable turn, but Shazam does. Shazam has a turn after his taunt goes away that he cannot taunt until he waits a turn. So using this, you can use Shazam effectively and always have the guy taunting, which is awesome. Synergize Cure. So this one gives an overheal. It purges up to 10 debuffs. Mine's not fully ringed out. And the legendary point is really what you use this ability for. You don't really need it for the buff because of the fact that World's Greatest Detective is more of a strength-based character. So the heals are generally based on intelligence stats. And since his intelligence stat is relatively low, the heal is almost minimal. You probably won't even really notice it that much, and it's not going to save any character's life. I promise you that. So most people use this for this legendary point. Also apply 100% turn meter if used on a teammate. So if you use this on yourself, on World's Greatest Detective, he's not going to get that turn meter, unfortunately. But if you give it to any other character on your team, they will get that turn meter, which is super useful. So he's basically a speed up artist for abilities and turn meter. So, and we'll talk about that. There's a lot of synergies that go with that, but there's one in particular that just beats them all. Explosive Batarang. This is a purge ability. It does it to all enemies. It's kind of light. It doesn't hit that hard, but most of the time anyway, you're not really using this for the damage. You're using this to clear awarenesses. You're using it to clear taunts. And if you take the legendary power, if you have any invisible character, you're going to purge every single one of their buffs, which is awesome. So you have, Robin. If you're fighting a Clayface team, all of the buffs from everybody on that team other than Clayface are going to be removed, which is incredible. And then this is his team leader ability. The guy has 0 passives, just so you know. If you're into passives, he doesn't have them. This leader ability is useful to a point. 50% chance to purge a buff and gain affinity power-ups if they damage an enemy, which is useful. It helps prevent ramping characters on the enemy team from ramping. It also can help you remove a taunt if you have someone like Donna Troy taunting. There's a lot of things you could do with this. The legendary point is if the precision strike hits, you get a 50% chance for that ally to also gain an awareness. So, unfortunately, this leadership is just super gated. So you have a 50% chance to proc the leadership right away anyway. And then a 50% chance of a 50% chance. So, I didn't take this legendary point. I have the shards to get him to L5, but I just don't feel like this point is necessary for me. But if you like it, if you like the fact that leaders can give out awarenesses, all the power to you, right? So who does he synergize with? Who's his best teammates, right? Not these guys. No, not that one. This one. This team, minus not necessarily Supergirl. Supergirl can actually go away. This is the engine, the turn meter engine, the cooldown engine, the awareness engine. It's super, super useful. Honestly, it really is. There are this 4th slot. You need a green, right, to round out the affinity. And if you don't have Batman as the leader, you can use Steppenwolf as that character. Oh, shit. Steppenwolf will supply enough buffs for Donna Troy to kick in her passive, where she also reduces your cooldowns, while Batman just kind of sits back and does his thing. The reason I like this team better is because of Lex. Lex's passive, when somebody buffs Lex, they get awareness, or not, they don't get awareness, they get, what's it called? Affinity power up or defense up, one of those affinity buffs. They get turn meter, and they get shield if you take the legendary point. So, when Batman uses his cooldown ability, turn 1, he will give himself affinity buffs. He'll give Lex those, which will in turn give Batman 4 more affinity buffs, some turn meter, and some shield. And the amount of buffs he'll have is now enough to proc Donna Troy's passive, which gives him an awareness and turn meter, and resets his cooldown. So it's like so much things going on at once. If that makes any sense to you, we'll do it in combat multiple times so that you can see it happen and I can explain it again. This 4th slot can go to any green that gives your team team-wide buffs. I like to use Supergirl. Where's she at? She's an alien. She's a female. She's a hero. There's only 4 of them. Hawk Girl also does it with her 2. Applies crit immunity to the whole team. So she can help with that. I use Supergirl because she helps with reducing critical damage and healing. So if you're fighting a Swamp Thing, she'll be useful in that effect. Other people that he is useful for this team, this isn't a team, this is just Toons I liked to synergize with him because of the fact that I feel like you want to team him up with people who can nuke the enemy, right? So when you reduce the cooldown of that nuke, they can just keep going over and over again, just keep nuking, right? And these are some of those characters. Freddy and Booster have a single target nuke that pretty much one-shots almost anyone they attack. Oh, Larfleeze too, I guess, actually. Starfire's AoE nuke is pretty incredible. And then this team is similar in that aspect. Talia has a single target nuke, and her 2 is so useful. It's incredibly important ability in her kit. So if you have this team, she's almost never going to use her basic, which is fine because she's not really useful as an evasion toon anyway. She's more useful as a bleed toon and a high damage dealer. So that's a good team, I think. And then this is the other people that I wanted to synergize him with, who are they're slower characters who can be really important. Like Raven, for instance, has her 3 is a purge move against evasion characters, and it can't miss against evasion characters. So she'll be really useful with him against like Harley Quinn's or Eclipso when he comes out. Dr. Poison's a really slow character, but she has one of her passives that can dish out a lot of damage if she teams up with another bleed character, like Talia even, or Black Manta. Mirror Master is a hard-hitting, slow green, slows the enemy team down, and Poison Ivy, everyone kind of knows what Poison Ivy does. She's pretty fantastic. So let's go use this team in PvP and just show you that major engine going on. Oh, I forgot about Deadshot. Or not Deadshot. Reddit. I always call him Deadshot. So let's try and find... I'm going to do an easy team first. Super easy team. So that I can show you the mechanic behind it without having to struggle against some massively good PvP team, right? Okay, Supergirls goes first. We're going to want to buff the team just to get that rolling. Supergirl got those 4, what are they? Affinity power-ups from Lex. She got turn meter and a bit of shield from him. So next turn she has, I'm willing to bet her 2 is either up or only has like 1 turn left. Donna Troy already... She can't really do anything. Okay, so here's detective work. He got an awareness from Donna Troy and all of those buffs and that shield. And I'm really sad that Lex got a good chunk of that turn meter because I've done this before where by the time Lex gets his first turn, his nuke is already up. Like, that's how crazy this option is. It's ridiculous. And okay, so look at that. It's World Greatest Detective's turn again, and his detective work is back up. So we're going to do it again. Boom. She's already got her buff move up. We're going to do it again. Boom. Don't kill anybody, please. I want them all to die via nuke. See? Alright, so Lex's last turn, it had a 3-turn cooldown. I cut that in more than half. That's ridiculous. His second turn, nuke is already up. And he had awareness, so that sucked, but that's the point of this. You're trying to speed up that nuke happening while also protecting your team. because they're all getting those awarenesses. They're all getting those turn meter ups. If Supergirl wanted to, she could have used her second turn to AoE crit down the entire enemy team to make sure that you just don't die even more. Let's see here. So let's see what it looks like against this team. Why not? I'm a little worried because this team is very, what's the word? Bleed oriented and damage oriented. But we're going to keep the momentum going. Okay, so Supergirl gives a random teammate turn meter when she does that ability, and Lex just happened to get it this time. So his first turn, he's got a 4-turn cooldown on the nuke. Let's see how that reduces coming soon. We do not want any disease on the team. That would suck. Don Troy's already got taunt up and his nuke is up right now. I shut that from 4 turns all the way down to nothing, which is incredible. I can't believe how awesome that is. And then if I wanted to, I could keep going with that thing and just let Lex do all the damage. But what's the fun in that? Let's also show you his potential damage as well. So let's do it against Red Hood since he's annoying. 3,000. Okay, that's not terrible. Alright. Let's try and finish this team up. We can use this on an ally. Let's do Lex just cuz. And we're going to take him out just because he needs to get out of the fight. We've already got more turn meter. Wow, that's crazy. Get rid of him, maybe. I think those affinity ups are really helping out with Donna Troy. I think they're helping her survive those crazy stuff. All that red damage, basically. Okay, let's try another one. Well, let's switch it up this time. Now that you know more about what I'm talking about with that engine, let's see how well it works without Lex. Let's see how well it works with Steppenwolf, shall we? The two Toons that are basically going to do all the damage is going to be Steppenwolf and Talia, while Donna Troy and World's Greatest Detective just kind of sit back and reduce everybody's cooldowns over and over again. Oh, crap. She gained a taunt on her turn. Wow, that's really smart of Man-Bat, actually. That's really smart. And to get rid of that disease, so Talia has all these diseases now because I was stupid and got a taunt on my turn, just in a non-normal way. So I don't want to steal that taunt again, but I do want to use this and see. Fuck, it happened again. Ah, crap. Well, it's not going to happen this time. We're going to just slice and dice that one. Going to keep turn meter downing everybody. Oh, crap. Let's get Man-Bat dead because he needs to die. He's the one who's going to destroy my entire team if I don't end him. There's a lot of... Oh, Nike. I didn't get those 10 bleeds, so she didn't get her death immunity. That's upsetting. So the only reason I lost that was because I was stupid and took a taunt on my first turn. We're going to try that again with the same team, and I'll just be smarter about it, okay? Talia's my nuke here. But she's also, for some reason, a tank. We're not going to use her 2 yet. We're going to just hit her hard. And then we'll see how fast that nuke comes back up. Oh, geez. Unfortunately, my Steppenwolf is not fully ringed out, which means that he doesn't give as much buffs, doesn't deal as much damage. It's just kind of crap. If I can keep bleeding him, I can keep my death immunity alive and well. We are going to AoE purge the whole team. We didn't get his damage immunity. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, I guess I lost because that's just a better team. Ugh, whatever. We can try it against a different team that doesn't have Man-Bat on it because Man-Bat is ridiculous. We could even do it against a Hal Jordan team. Oh, Wonder Girls. So that's a weakness to that setup is Wonder Girl, obviously. She's just... You're going to throw buffs all over people, and you have to expect Wonder Girl to be just as rude. Anyway, moving on. We're trying this against a better team. It's very, I think, green heavy. Yeah, green heavy. So I probably should have brought a blue damage dealer instead of Talia, but screw it. Let's see how cool Talia is, if she's even cool. Oh, Flash was weak. That was a weak Flash. I didn't even realize how weak he was. Everyone's got True Sight, so that Robin's not even an issue. Just trying to keep stealing everybody's buff immunity. That's weird that she specifically stole all the buff immunities. She didn't take Robin's invisibility. She didn't take any of White or Yellow Lantern Sinestro's men's. She took only the debuff immunity, which is strange. I'm gonna just try and get her to stay alive by purging off those debuffs, not necessarily because I healed her. But yeah, I keep using her too, and that's gonna deal 21% true damage. Well, I guess maybe only 5. Let's do this, because Robin has an invisibility, so I should be able to purge off all of his buffs right now. All of them. Gone. Dunzo. Gonna kill him. Talia's just gaining these awarenesses like crazy. I am a little surprised that 2 greens were able to, like, wreck down to Troy so easily. But that's alright, because we're going to wreck them right back. Because they can't keep up with the damage. They just can't. It's impossible. Unfortunately, because Donna Troy is dead, the passive turn meter down, or not turn meter, the passive cooldown reduction is no longer a thing. So I just have to deal with it and wait until the ability is up on World's Greatest Detective. In the meantime, I'm just going to bleed these guys out, honestly. Just keep bleeding them out, man. And there it goes. Dunzo. Death. That was a green heavy team, and I destroyed it largely with reds. Donna Troy didn't do a whole lot of damage. Talia was really my bread and butter. My kit and caboodle. I don't know what else to say. So, let's see how good he is against Constantine. Right? Shoot. I want to see how I can defeat Man-Bat easily, because Constantine's going to just put so many debuffs on me, right? And I don't have Hal Jordan, so you can't tell me to take Hal Jordan, unfortunately. Maybe if I took out... Excuse me. Let's see, energy characters that could do well here. I see. Energy character, Talia. Not Talia, Terra, dummy. So hopefully, World's Greatest Detective giving Lex True Sight can take out Constantine. That would be super useful. And then Terra can take out Man-Bat before he destroys my team. If I wanted to, I could actually use Terra's AoE, so I can hit Deadshot right there and gain all those debuffs, so that next turn my Meltdown goes off. I think I'm going to do that next. Constantine's not a problem anymore. Dunzo. That was useful. We're going to clear his debuffs and damage immune him so that those diseases go away. She didn't get taunt, so Croc isn't going to destroy her. I'm going to do this to get all of those procs off. I could nuke the team right now. Let's see what that damage looks like. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. A lot of bleeds on it, though. Nice. Man-Bat is MIA. A lot of... I want Terra to just get a turn, bro. Just give Terra a turn. There it goes. Meltdown and destroy. Dunzo. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look at that. Look at that. This team is amazing for Man-Bat and Constantine. Constantine sucks. Huh. No, actually, I'm legitimately afraid of Constantine. But now I know I have a team that can beat him. And that's the T. Let's see. Let's do one more. Let's try and find someone at the same power level. Oh, that's not the right one. This 29k. Man-Bat is the only one that's kind of weak, but as long as he can take a hit, he can give those diseases out, which is probably his thought process there. Let's take her out, because that Rebirth Zatanna would just one-shot my poor little Terra. Poor little Terra. Let's do Superboy. I know he can't give AoE buffs, but he's going to be really useful against that Man-Bat. He can keep him stunned, and he does special damage, which Man-Bat is not equipped necessarily to handle very well. But we're going to keep the team rolling. I probably could have done that to someone like Black Adam, but thank God that he gets a guaranteed, or got a stun by Donna Troy. So we're just going to kill him. And if you didn't know it already, which a lot of people do know it, is that Assault Warsuit Lex just does incredible damage. Like, his damage is the most ridiculous amount of damage a red has, I think, on a basic. That's weird. I didn't get my cooldown reset. Maybe it was because I didn't have a faster green to AoE buff my team. I don't know. So be it. Donator's already ready to tank again, so that's nice. Nice to see. One shot. 31,000 on a basic is incredible. And, like, it's pretty much guaranteed to crit, so... And obviously Yellow Lantern Sinestro is not the greatest character at the moment. I was considering doing a video on him, actually, because he's not meta at all. I'm surprised he was on this team. Big Naughty 222. Don't know what you're thinking there. But kudos to you for using non-meta. I think that gets the point home. That really drives it home, guys. Trying to think of what else I could possibly say. Let's look at our teams again. So these three are incredible. They're a great team. They work really well together. You want to get that fifth or that fourth slot with a green that can AoE buff. And I think the ones that can do that, other than Steppenwolf, are Terra, Hawk Girl, Wally West Flash, Gorilla Grodd, and I thought there was one more. Where'd he go? I guess actually Jessica Cruz can, but she's slow. Oh, Supergirl, duh. Yeah, Jessica Cruz can, but she's slow, and you want them to go, like, faster than World's Greatest Detective. And I think World's Greatest Detective speed is, like, 110, I want to say. Speed is 82 plus 30, 112. No, 122. 112. I don't know. I'm not a calculator. But there you go. Great character. Really useful. Even if you don't use that engine, that cooldown can be super useful for you. He enables your characters to go when you want them to go. He doesn't have to... You don't have to sit there and wait for your character to go if you need them to be the next turn. So, super character. Super great character. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you liked it, go ahead and like and subscribe for me. And have a wonderful evening. Or morning, whenever you listen to this.